Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back. Jamie here today with Nathan, and we're going to talk about Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, which was released in 1985, a year after the last one. And spoiler straight away, well, Jason is inside the film, but, we'll get into it again. So the story starts off with young Tommy Jarvis, and it's basically a dream sequence. They're digging up Jason, and at first we're like, why are you digging up Jason? But obviously it's revealed to be a dream sequence. But I thought it was pretty cool, like seeing the worms coming out of his eyes and shit. It's probably one of the best parts of the film for me.
It was nice. It was nice. Felt it should have been a little bit more decayed at that point, but that's just me. Also, don't get why the two dudes were fucking trying to stealthily dig him up while screaming woo.
But yeah, Jason wakes up, he kills them both, and he slowly makes his way to Tommy. He's about to hit Tommy, and of course, Tommy wakes up. And we realise, oh, Tommy's grown up just a little bit now, he's a few years older.
He's swole now, by the way. Huge unit.
His personality's completely gone now.
Yeah. But, awe of this man, this IKEA unit, if you will.
So he's on his way to this developmental centre for youths, which, keep that in mind, it's for youths, okay?
Remember the issue all the other Friday the 13th have had involving age and representation of that age?
He's still got his mask, he's moving in. He brought like 4 different masks with him, which seems kind of weird, but...
Yeah, about 4.
He's unpacking them and shit, and he's, meeting the people. And speaking of meeting the people, we meet annoying, I think his name's Joey, and he looks just like Shelley out of Part 3.
Okay, why the fuck has every fat character of Friday the 13th, my representation in horror, been a piece of annoying shit? I'm sick of it. Can we get a cool fat guy for 2 films? That's all I want.
It's literally what, he's eating a chocolate bar and he's got all chocolate around his fucking face and everything. And he's just going around, can I help you, and stuff. But this is important, we're bringing this up because he goes to this one guy who looks like at least 30. He's just like axing away on wood in there. Yeah, at least. And this is supposed to be for youths, by the way, but, And he keeps annoying this guy until eventually the guy snaps and he just starts going at it with the fuck. No, that shocked me.
To be fair, that got us because we both looked at it like, oh, he's killing it. Go team. We had a bit of hope at the film. We were like, oh.
So obviously when someone dies, the ambulance arrive and we get introduced to, like, let's just say this straight up now. Spoilers if you don't care, if you care or whatever. Roy is Jason inside this film. And they make it so fucking obvious because the amount of close-up shots to show of this guy compared to, there's 2 of them. And you think this guy's the main character, he's only just been introduced and he's constantly close-ups on his face.
By the way, he don't have any character.
No.
He's not in the... Before you find out he's parading as Jason, he is in 2 scenes with a collection of 6 words.
He just stares on it.
Is also a jackass because, well, they're looking at, what's his name again? The fat guy on the floor?
Joey.
Well, Joey's on the floor, hacked 2 pieces. His partner comes over and just, let's have a look. Throws it off, arms been dismembered, holes in the back, and he looks around as everyone's going, oh golly gosh, and he just goes, pussies. It's like, it's a chopped up dude. What do you mean, pussies?
We may as well just mention it right now because this is really important to the story, innit? That Joey who got killed is Roy's son, and that's his motivation to start, I guess, going... All these people living here, he wants revenge on them, doesn't he? So he's going to start killing them, pretending to be Jason.
But here's the thing about that, Jamie. Why, if Joey was his son, why was he in a camp for people that don't have parents? Why does now he care? What hidden backstory made him have to distance himself from his son, but get in that position to look after his kid? What is the backstory there? Because the film didn't fucking give it to us. Jamie, do you know why?
No, but I got a question as well. Like, why not? They have Jason inside this film, don't they, in the dream sequences of Tommy? So why not just bring him back like you did in Part 6? They're acting like they've got a gun to their head. It's like, you can't use Jason, but someone can dress up as Jason. You can show him inside the dream sequence, but you can't be the main killer. It's like, what the fuck? Just bring him back.
That'd be easy, man. That'd be too easy.
You literally did. You had him inside the film. You had the dream sequences of Tommy, and that was the same Jason. He had the axe wound from Part 4 and shit like that. He was a little bit more skinnier, like you said, but, he's still the same Jason.
Nah, don't have Jason, mate. Let's have Roy. Let's have Roy in a bald cap. Everyone loves Roy. You remember? Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Roy.
Obviously, they learned the lesson. I've barely got any notes because this film is just a typical Friday film. Like, shit just like the flare gun kill. I did enjoy that one. That was a little
neat.
creative. Yeah.
And there was some characters I actually kind of liked in this film.
True. And let's talk about Tommy as well. When one of the guys come into the room, don't they, with his mask on, and he starts pushing Tommy, and then Tommy just picks him up on his shoulders, fucking slams him down. Fucking hell.
Tommy became Brock Lesnar for about 3 seconds, and that's where it stops. Because Tommy's influence in this film is he has severe trauma from dealing with Jason as a kid. You'd think he'd see Jason and go into some sort of PTSD, I'm gonna rip your leg off and shit down your snub shit. Kicks the shower this one guy, that's it.
He barely says anything as well. He speaks like one word.
Tommy just shouldn't have been in it, or maybe he should have been in it in a different role.
You know, maybe he was starting to do murders and shit. We'll get into it towards the end, I guess. But there's this couple in you go into the woods to, you know, screw around and shit.
Premarital sex.
These 2 kills are alright compared, because the most of this film is just stab and then you're dead. That's pretty much. But this one, you got the shears on you, he puts it through the girl's eyes, and then the guy comes back in, and what does he do now? You belt round the head in it on the tree.
Like you would a tourniquet to cut off blood supply, he puts leather over his eyes, sticks a pretty thick log through the holes and spins it. So he's basically crushing his skull into his brain.
So that was pretty decent.
Honestly, that might be one of my favourite kills throughout the Friday series.
Mm-hmm. We're not got to the best ones yet, though.
Oh, no.
So yeah, like I said, a lot of the kills are just stab and then you're dead, and it's just no correct. Obviously, Tom Savini wasn't a part of this, so the effects are, you know...
Never would have guessed.
Never would have guessed. And then we get to an hour and 10 minutes into the film, and we finally see, well, Roy is Jason. We see the blue mask. I mean, the mask with the blue, like, lines and shit. But still, like, it takes an hour and 10 minutes to see him full on. Like, you know what I mean? It's one of these problems of these films, man. You barely ever see the killer.
Alright, they learned eventually.
Oh, yeah, they learn eventually. It took them a while to learn, though. So getting to the final act of the film, Reggie, the little kid, saves the woman who's in charge. What the fuck does he even drive out now? What is it? What kind of truck is it?
It's like one for like moving wood and rocks. It's not a tractor, really. It's just more of a moving device.
And then Roy just stands right there while it's coming at him and just lets him get in.
Tanks it. No issue. Roy takes a lot of damage in this film, doesn't react. Is it because he is also mentally deranged and just knows how not to take pain? Did they forget to add dialogue of him going, ah shit, my stomach? That's it.
He just keeps walking.
Unit.
And they go into a barn, because, you know, we haven't seen a barn inside the series before.
The barn makes its return.
And speaking of its return, they ambush Roy with a chainsaw yet again. Like, I've not seen that in this film before, in this series. Not seen that. And obviously it fails. I mean, she gets a little cut in him, I think, but that's about it, really, isn't it?
That's about it.
And then Tommy comes in like a fucking wrestler making his grand entrance with the rain falling down and shit. Just stood there.
Stood there, rain falling behind him, looking like a chiseled god. Flashes.
Tommy's and he's down. Yep. And then they make their way up the ladder, don't they? And like you just said, why don't you just kick the ladder down when Roy's just slowly walking up it? But, you know, we'll just let him get up. And then there's a spike pit or something outside, and eventually Roy gets pushed onto that. And we look down and we see that the mask has fell off. He's got a bald cap on.
Oh shit! It's Roy.
It's Roy, that guy we knew.
Fucking
you know.
Roy. Crucial part of the camp. Crucial part of the camp. Savior of the city. Fucking Roy.
And then we get the exposition, don't we, inside the hospital. The cop's like, oh yeah, this is Roy, and then, you know, his son got killed, and we found all this shit on him. He tried to be Jason and all this, and it's like, how lazy can you get with your fucking twist? Like, what the fuck?
This has to be up there. And then we get something interesting that went nowhere.
Oh yeah, true, but we also get a goddamn dream sequence again, because it won't be Friday the 13th without a dream sequence. Okay, Tommy dreams of killing the girl, doesn't there? And then he wakes up, and then she comes into his room, and he's behind her with the Roy mask on, and he's got the knife. And then, like you said, that goes nowhere as well.
Also, if you think we've missed out large chunks like what happened to a lot of the cabin people, we did. It's the same. People got stabbed. Nothing interesting.
Not even creative ways. We mentioned the creative ones. Everyone else is just stabbed. You're dead. See you later.
Run a review. Everyone that wasn't the kid or Pam got stabbed.
Mm-hmm. And then we're not going to see these characters again anyway, so what does it matter? We'll see Tommy next film, and we'll just completely forget about all these issues he has because he's acting normal inside the next film. In this one, he's a mute, basically. Like,
you remember? Pam. Rory. Roy. I don't care about Friday Part 5.
No, I agree. It's just so lazy. Like the twist didn't even set up. They literally just keep showing you close-ups of Roy, and then it's like, oh yeah, they know about Roy. We didn't even know his name until they fucking mentioned it. The only reason why we know his name is because he came out like 25, 30 years ago.
I remember his name because I'm angry about it, not because I have a deep love passion for Friday Part 5.
But obviously next week, like David's been saying throughout Part 6, we're finally getting into it.
I'm worried in case it's bad, you know.
Compared to what we've watched, it's going to be better. It has to be better.
You'll find out next week if we start this recording with smiles.
But I guess we got to rate this film. I'm going to give it 4 out of 10. I was going to give it 5, but then after talking about it, I'm giving it a 4.
Like halfway through the film, I was willing to give it like a fucking 7 because I thought it was better. But nah, the end, 4.
Like we said, next week, Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Make sure you click like and subscribe if you're new. Check out Nathan's social links down below. Until next time, in a bit.